I I kind of have to go back to to kind of like know what you're talking about kind of thing, right? Um, Patient safety is the most important thing, right? If you're not serving your patient, then like it's not whether or not it's successful. I mean, success is measured by a number of things, right? You know, it can be annual recurring revenue or valuation or how many people know your name or what have you. But if you're not doing patients, if you're not focused on serving the customer, and it kind of it sounds like trite advice, like then you're really not doing your job there. So to make that practical, you need to really know what you're talking about. And if you don't know what you're talking about, find someone or talk to people who do, and who can give you that advice with the focus of like, is this legal? Is this safe? Is this appropriate? And also, I think the more general advice would be, don't it's almost like basically like don't cry over spilt milk. A lot of times people they make decisions and they almost immediately regret them, or they regret them down the line. And the same thing that I tell my patients, which is to say, like, regardless of what happened to you, regardless of the decisions that you made, even if they're ultimately turned out to be the bad decisions or things that ended up hurting you, you don't, people generally, and I would say almost, I can probably even overgeneralize this, say like people never go out of their way to hurt themselves, right? You know, you went out, if you go out in Rugby Road or something and you drink too much and you have a horrible hangover the next day, like that was, in the end, it turned out to be a bad decision, right? But had you known this was going to happen, you wouldn't have done it, right? And so it's really just understanding that your decisions that you make, you're making them with the best amount of information that you have at the time. Because if you had more information, if someone could tell you, hey, this is not going to work out, or this is going to be a problem, or this, that, and the other, like you would have acted differently, right? And so I think that's another piece of advice for people wanting to go into healthcare or healthcare startups or any number of things, right? Like you can't fix the past, because if you could have, you would have. And it's based off the principle of like, you never, ever, ever purposely go out of your way to harm yourself. Or in fact, I would say yourself.